So my name is Sarah. I'm an emergency room physician, and I've done a few volunteer organizations, or a few volunteer trips with MedGlobal. And thank you, Alec and Beth, for contacting me about coming in today. But I just wanted to share with you some of the aspects from the volunteer side of what happens when you are actually placed into these situations. And I'll just take a few minutes to kind of enlighten and let you know what this organization does and how they help people. I know that we've all been very traumatized by seeing what happens in the world, and we see what happens in Gaza and Lebanon and Syria and Yemen and Ukraine. And what I want you to know is MedGlobal has been on the ground in these places trying to give essentially refuge, shelter, protection, healthcare to people who, just like us, who are doctors and lawyers and musicians and teachers, their lives are gone in an instant because of war and politics. And to have every semblance of any sort of refuge they had is taken away immediately. I don't even know if I could even begin to explain what it was like to arrive at the first refugee camp I ever worked at, but it was almost soul-crushing to see what I was working with. Literally pulling people off of boats out of the ocean, you know. These people were seeking refuge, they were seeking care, they were seeking any sort of shelter or protection they could get because they arrived with the clothes on their backs. And they had nothing except us. And that's humbling to think that I'm the only source of refuge that this person has in the world. Their families might have been killed. Their loved ones might have drowned. And you have to realize that what MedGlobal is doing is literally giving these people some sort of life back. I had patients who had been beaten by the Taliban. I had patients who were burned alive. I had patients whose children were killed. These are not things that you expect to see when you've been growing up and you see it on TV, and we're still protected, I think, but when you see it with your own eyes and they're still wet from the ocean, from the boat that they got pulled off of half an hour ago, it becomes very real that this is not anything anyone expected. They literally are trying to just seek a place of shelter to stay alive. I think it's amazing what MedGlobal's doing. I'm humbled that I've been able to participate and work in another refugee camp in Bangladesh to help the Rohingya refugees. Again, very similar situations. Their stories are terrifying and it's humbling, but I feel extremely fortunate that I've been able to go and do these things, and I have the means to get there and the time off to provide to be somebody who can actually physically go and help with these situations. And I want you to know that by giving to an organization like MedGlobal, you really are giving somebody who has no hope or no refuge, no sense of peace, at least something to hold on to and some hope. It is absolutely so necessary that we keep reminding ourselves that we are one human race and that we're all in this together. I hope that you guys will all consider donating to this organization because they are really doing amazing things. So, thank you.